I didn't even realize I was looking at a boat. This whole thing's a shipwreck. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like part of the island. It is dive time. Heading out to Courtney right now. We're gonna dive the Royston Shipwrecks. Heather invited me out there, so we're gonna check that spot out. We got pretty lucky. It's a pretty shallow dive, but we got a fairly decent tide. It's gonna give us about 6 meters of water. So there's a bunch of old shipwrecks there. They used them as a breakwater back in the 1800s from what I read, or at least these ships are from the 1800s. Nice historical spot. Thanks Heather for the invite. So I just made it to the Royston Shipwreck. Really neat spot here in Courtney, Comox. Yeah, we're gonna go hit that up. The visibility in this area has been really great lately, so hopefully it's nice and clear out there. Looks fairly deep. Awesome. Heather and I were chatting about this spot for a while. She invited Richard along for the dive too. We walked down to the shoreline, and besides some current, the conditions look near perfect. Being in the water next to these skeletal giants was something else. The ships have obviously seen better days. However, some remain more intact than others. The Royston Shipwrecks are one of North America's largest ship graveyards, with 14 in total, ranging from historic sailing and steam-era ships to World War I and II vessels. The graveyard is home to 3 frigates, 2 destroyers, a Norwegian-built whaler, 2 3-masted windjammers, 2 lumber carriers, an oil freighter, a U.S. naval deep-sea rescue tug, and 2 historic steam tugs. The amount of history submerged at this spot is really mind-blowing. The Royston wrecks have been given protection under the British Columbia Heritage Conservation Act. Declaring them as registered archaeological sites makes it illegal for scavengers to take away any souvenirs from the ships, while at the same time keeping the current state of the wrecks intact to allow for research. Unfortunately, the ocean is a cruel mistress, and eventually the ocean will wear away at these ships until they are nothing more than a memory. The wrecks in the deeper water were jammed with life, schools of shiner and pile perch as far as the eye could see. The wrecks also have a significant amount of life growing on them. In some spots, the steel support beams were unrecognizable due to the anemones attached to them. These ships don't belong on the seafloor, and you gotta wonder the environmental impact they had on the ocean when they were first dropped. But at least they are now home to a large array of life and a thriving ecosystem. We got lucky with the tides and the visibility that day. When Heather invited me out, she referred to this spot as a big playground, and that it was. In case you are wondering, the ships form a 540-meter breakwater created by the Comox Logging and Railway Company. The breakwater was designed to protect the log booms from weather and storms. The first ship was sunk in the 1930s, with 13 more added over the next 25 years. Although this is a shallow dive, don't underestimate how dangerous it is. There are sharp steel edges all over the place, and numerous spots to get snagged and entangled. I can't condone diving here, but if you do check this spot, please tread lightly. We just finished up the dive. Thanks Heather for the invite. Thanks Rich for joining too. That was a sweet spot, lots of perch, really nice viz in some areas. If you come to this spot, make sure that you got your tetanus up to date, no joke. And also be very, very careful. I'm not sure how structurally sound those wrecks are. You wouldn't want anything bad happening. A lot of life here though, a lot of cool little bait fish. Really nice just swimming around and seeing all those perch. But yeah, it was really sweet. A lot of history here. Thanks for watching. The next morning, I woke up early and hiked Mount Benson. Dad and COVID life has left me fairly inactive. I wish editing was more of a workout, because if it was, I'd be jacked. I love being outdoors, so Mount Benson offers the best of both worlds. It's a great workout, and you're rewarded with a spectacular view afterwards. These views are seriously priceless, and it doesn't matter how much money you earn per year, with a little effort, they are available to anyone. Before airplanes and cell phones were widespread, Mount Benson used to be a fire lookout station too. It's a little funny, but also kind of sad. When you look at Nanaimo, all you see is lush forest and vegetation. But when you peek over the mountaintop, the true images are revealed. I'm not trying to attack anyone's industry or livelihood, but humans in general are parasites. We do a pretty good job at destroying our host, both below the ocean and above. I love you though, Canada. I'm very lucky to be born in such a beautiful and safe country. Some chocolate, baby? Chocolate? Yeah, want some chocolate? Yeah. This way, baby. Come on.
Oh my goodness, you're so dirty already. Should we go look for shells? Oh, she's off.
My wife linked up with a Nanaimo mom who just started her own clothing line called Heart Tree Baby. She was looking for a few models to showcase her clothing, so we volunteered Selah and Zaya. It was a bit of a struggle to get them to cooperate, but it was fun trying. If you're looking for some high quality, long lasting, and dope looking threads for your kids, check out Heart Tree Baby. I'll leave a link in the description.
Hey, buddy. Hey, mister. Zaya.
You gonna go on a boat?
But
Where are we gonna go? Newcastle.
uh-huh.
You went there last year, you remember, right? It's your first time in Newcastle. The last day on the adventure, we headed over to Newcastle Island with Jasmine's family, who were visiting from Alberta and Bermuda. We're here, baby. We're here at Newcastle. Check out Selah's reaction. Priceless. Look at the clarity, Selah. Yeah, she brought us that gear. So we're here on Newcastle. Just gonna spend the day, afternoon. We're gonna head back to the mainland later and go to work. So we got a few hours here to walk around, explore. Gonna go for a walk, might rent some bikes, kayak. If not, just some relaxing beach time with the fam. You having fun, Selah? We'll go on that boat later, I promise, okay? Jasmine, the kids, her parents, brother, and I started off the journey with a walk down to the sandstone quarry. I've spent countless summers on Newcastle Island. It's always fun showing family and friends places that you hold dear in your heart. Newcastle is jammed with hiking and biking trails, historical sites to explore, wildlife, and magnificent scenery. But best of all, it's a place that kids can just be kids. It's crazy to think that 29 years ago, that would have been me playing on that sandstone. Later that day, the rest of Jasmine's family met up, we ate some lunch, explored the beaches, and rented some bikes. No kayaking, but I have lots of time to do that down the road.
Oh
boy.
Oh, big girl.
Exciting.
Yeah.
You gotta put your foot here, okay? Or else it's gonna hit the wheel. There you go.
There you
Make
go.
sure you talk with Daddy, okay?
Found it. Yeah. The bike rentals are around $15 per hour, and 2 hours is plenty enough to rip around the island. If you're visiting from abroad, it's a great option. We're at Giovanni's Lookout. Look at that. That's a nice view. Is that a boat? Should go diving down there. It's all a conservation area, but I'm sure there'd be a lot of stuff to see down there, Selah. Beautiful view, eh? There are literally billions of videos on YouTube you can be watching right now, so thanks for sticking around and watching mine. If you enjoyed the content, like and subscribe. Peace and love, everybody.
Fish come on board with one swish of their tail. You lie at your leisure, there's nothing to do.
You want to try it?
Daddy has the chocolate.
I got the chocolate, Selah. But you got. I'll tell you what. You put an outfit on, and then you get a piece of chocolate.
I want you.